I am back with another budget and net worth update. So let's jump into it. This is for February 2022 and I am so glad you are here. If you haven't already, I'd love for you to subscribe because we talk about transparent personal finance here. And if you would like this budget, you can get it at Etsy and I will have that shop linked below. So if you like it, do what budget works for you. I just want you to have a budget, but if you like mine, you can purchase it down below. So let's jump into January earnings. So first off, I made $3,202 at my day job and then $6,263 from Budget Girl. And that's because I got paid for a couple of sponsored videos. You'll see that soon. Next, I made $1,250 and $700 respectively for my primary residence / duplex. And that is for rental income, which pays for the entire property, so the insurance, the mortgage, and taxes. And I also make $140 a month off of that. There was another month where I didn't have any expenses for that, so yay. And Jacob is my boyfriend. He lives in my side with me and he contributes, so his stuff is over there. So he paid me $700 for his rent plus his half of electricity, lawn, etc. So that totals out to $11,416 this month, which is fantastic. Last month, I think I made about $8. So let's see how I spent it. Coming on down, I spent $155 in giving and gifts. $1,600 is my mortgage. Didn't pay anything for lawn this month, and I paid $135 for car insurance. So I have something on that coming up soon, but that'll be next month. For my phone, my phone's about $50. I use Straight Talk. I have for like 9 years and they're fine. Actually, I could probably switch to something cheaper, but they work and it's a don't fix what ain't broken thing. So tell me what you type of cell phone service you have below and how much it costs. I'm always a little bit interested in that because I have like the all unlimited, and have no real issues. So I don't really have a reason to change other than potentially saving a few dollars. But then I could potentially have issues. I'm thinking about it. It's always good to sometimes go through and check what your regular bills are and if you can get them cheaper. I haven't done that in a little bit, so maybe it's time. I spent $147 on electrical, $25 on gas, $400 on groceries, just under $300 on personal spending, and just under $200 on restaurant. I also spent $350 on clothing. We will get to that. I also have a couple of subscriptions, $20 for Hulu and Disney, and $11 for Kindle Unlimited, totaling out. And then I spent $12 in miscellaneous spending, which is probably a Rory nail cut. And so I spent $3,402 on my core expenses. If you want to look, you can look over here at, this is what I spent. This month I did a lot of kind of like switching out of house stuff, which was cool. I was getting just a little bit sick of some of the things I had in my house, like my TV stand is like an open shelving system originally from Target that I bought used. And then I actually sold for almost double what I bought it for originally. I was really sick of the open storage. It's always cluttered. It always has like dog hair on it. And so I bought it as kind of a temporary solution when we first moved into this house 2 years ago. I finally found one that I liked better off of Marketplace for $120. It was $160 for the new media console and I sold my old one for $120. And I think I spent like $60 or $75 back when I bought it. So all good there. And also a win for the person that bought it because these sell new at Target for like $200. It was already assembled. I'd even reinforced it and it looked like it was in great condition. So like it was in great condition. So all wins there. I sold my Instapot because I never use it and pressure cookers scare me. For $60, I sold my coffee table for $100 and I spent about $120 on it a few years ago. It was the DIY marble top coffee table. I actually have a tutorial on how to do that on my website, which I'll link below. And essentially I did a lot of horse trading. So I sold stuff and then I got something new and I'm doing some more of that, but I'm paying for the new things with the profit from the old things. So we're at like a net zero here. I'm very happy with how things are turning out. It looks great. And I sold another little side table that I was using and then bought like an $8 one that I found at Goodwill that looks so much better. I love it. It works better too, much more functional. So doing some life upgrades, but it's not really costing me anything, which is a huge win, huge win. So I did do some clothing shopping and here's the thing. I ordered some stuff from Boohoo and I didn't like any of it, but it was on clearance, so I couldn't return it. So I've got that stuff listed on Poshmark. Same with a red dress I got from Poshmark, and same with a pair of shoes I got from Poshmark. So a bunch of the expenses here, 31, 25, and 33. I will kind of recoup those costs when I sell those items, but they did kind of add up. I also bought some workout outfits from Old Navy. I've been posting pictures in those. They're really cute, and when I find something that I like, I buy multiples because I don't know when they're going to come back. Like, it's a loose fitting workout crop top with like t-shirt sleeves, and it is ideal for the way I want clothing to fit when I'm working out. So yay for that. And now I have a bunch of those. I also sold some items on Poshmark, you can see here, and bought a dress from Stitch Fix, which I wore in my Rachel video. It was a little expensive, but I really like it. The last video I did, it's on how to scale rentals. You can see it in there. It's really cute. It's blue. And then this was where I bought the additional outfits for Old Navy. And I also got some rings. There's some really pretty little ginkgo rings, and I got one for me and I got one for some of my friends because our university has a ginkgo leaf as one of their symbols, and I just thought it was really cute. They were like $8 each, so little happy gift. That might should have gone in the giving and gifts, but that's okay. So $350 on clothing, that's totally fine. I'm good with it. Let's jump back over here. I saved $500 for my future real estate investment, just as a normal savings, and I also invested $700, $500 into a Roth IRA, and then $200 into a brokerage account. So total spending was $4,602.27, which pretty good. Let's go down to my businesses and income expenditures for those. All right, so on YouTube, I made $739.55. So thank you so much for watching. And while we're here, if you'd like to leave a like or subscribe, that would be wonderful. It's free for you, very beneficial for me. I made $30.63 off of Amazon Associates. If you'd like to see what's in my Amazon shop, it's items that I use on a regular basis and recommend. You can check that out in the link below. And I made $110.49 off of website ads. So if you'd also like to go to budgetgirl.com and check out some cool free fun articles there, that also helps me out. And it could be good for you. And if you go to budgetgirl.com/free, there's a ton of free stuff. Go check it out. It's free. It's completely free. You're gonna love it. I put some new stuff in there recently. Next, I made $279 and $103 off of my Etsy shop, which is where you can get this budget, and my net worth tracker. They're both under $10. And I've sold over 3,000 of these, and people love them. Love them, and I think you will too. And then I made $4,000 for a video I did in December, I think, and then $1,000 for a video I did in January, or possibly December. A lot of these are on like a net 60 or a net 90 day, so you don't get paid until a ways after. But wonderful, $5,000 in sponsorship. As you can see, that makes a lot more than the YouTube income, which is why we do sponsorships. But only ones that will save you money, improve your life, and companies that I have vetted and believe in. So always that promise from me to you. All right, next, my expenses for Budget Girl this month were not too bad. Internet, my newsletter person, web person, video editor, the various things that run my websites for subscriptions, my VA. I also paid for a crypto article from a really great young man named Chase. He's a newbie into the financial space, and he's super passionate about crypto, so I worked with him on an article for the site called WTH is Crypto, and it's a primer on how you can understand the actual terms before you decide to invest, the pros and cons, etc. It's a speculative investment. It's one of those things where it's very much should be personally considered before investing in, and it should not be your primary investment whatsoever. But that article is extremely well written, and it will teach you everything you need to know before to decide, essentially. So you can check that out. I'll link it below. I bought some stuff for the website. Oh, whoopsie daisy. It looks like I put in $9 for buying the agwagon.com. So now it's going to be just a little bit off. Yep, $8.57 off, but that's okay. So total expenses for Budget Girl were $1,253.33. Total income for Budget Girl was $6,263.84, meaning take home from that was over $5,000 this month. Yay! I love that. I really love that. Next, as I mentioned before, I didn't have any expenses at the property this month, so I just netted $140. And then my Airbnb. So I had 3 stays, February 11th, 12th, February 12th through 13th, February 19th through 20, and they paid $138, $91, and $134 respectively. I also got a bonus for having been on Airbnb for so long or getting enough stays from like an ambassador incentive program. So that was $75, and I'll take that. Wasn't expecting that, so yay. My lot rent was $475.89. That includes the internet, water, sewer, power, etc. And then I bought a drainage mat. I'm looking at this because I only filmed January's a few days ago, and it's looking very familiar, but it just looks familiar from when I reconciled it last week. All right, super professional here. I'm sorry. All right, so I bought a new drainage mat to go under the welcome mat that says, yay, you're here, just so that that doesn't get saturated and like track water and goop into the thing. I got some little trays that will be cute little decor that might go in this camper, might go in like the next thing, but I needed them. They're vintage, enough said. Next, I bought some water filters. During the last freeze, we actually had the water filter crack and break. So I ordered a 4-pack of those, replaced one. We're all good. It just makes the water like a little softer, a little tastier. Good to have. And then I paid $146.14 in cleaning fees. So right now I'm charging a $40 cleaning fee, and my cleaning person charges $45 each time. She's fantastic, she's new, but that comes out of each of the stays. So for like the $91 one, I'm only making about like 50 bucks there. That's okay, that's okay. We're still building this, and as you can see, I'm not that far off from making a profit. I'm negative $261 this month, and that's okay. We're still building. We are still building this. And let's go down to the totaling out box. So total income, $11,416 minus $4,602 main expenses minus $1,253 BG expenses plus $140 property profits equals out to $5,700.96 in leftover money for the month, which is amazing and incredible, and I can't tell you how grateful I am. I used to make $1,600 a month, so the fact that I have like 3 times what used to be my income when I started this channel left over at the end of the month is cuckoo bananas, and I will never get over it. The first thing I'm going to do that is take out the Wagon losses, $261.32, and then I'm going to move the rest of the money, which is $5,431.07, to my real estate investment savings account. I could take the Wagon losses out of the REI fund and then put more in, but this is just the easiest way to do it. And because of that little mistake I made, I still have $8.57, which I think I'm probably just gonna leave as a checking buffer. I already have a little bit of a buffer, but I'm not gonna go back and transfer another $8 to my real estate investment fund. Probably should, but I'm not going to. So that is February spending. Let's look at a better bird's eye view of my overall financial health. All right, so I checked all these on 3/4. It's currently a couple days after that. So in my checking account, I've got about $5,000, and in my duplex checking account, I've got about $3,000, equaling out to $8,000 in checking. In my emergency fund, I've got $10,022, and in my duplex emergency fund, I've got $12,000, and that's to pay for anything that could happen with the house. I might decide to bring that down just a little bit because I think I might be over emergency funded. I've been thinking about that a bit lately. So, and then I have kind of a mini emergency fund for anything short-term that comes up that I can't cover in my budget, and that's just $2,000, equaling out to $24,000 in savings, not including my sinking funds, which we're about to do. In my REI savings account, I've got $18,781, and then in my YouTube tax savings account, I've got $2,530. In my car insurance savings account, I've got $42, and that totals out to $45,000 in savings and $53,429 in cash and savings, which is amazing. It's great. That's a huge cushion against anything bad that could happen to me that I could fix with money. Love that. Love that. Okay, so let's go into investments and retirement. So in my teacher's retirement system retirement account, I've got $17,366. In an old IRA that I have at Betterment, I've got $9,764. As you can see, we're going down on, though that number is the same. I wonder why that number is the same. I'll double check that I have that right, but it's probably similar. $2,424 in a Roth IRA. So you can see $2,600, $2,500, $2,400. Stock market, it's just tanking right now. That's okay. We don't touch it. She will fix herself. All right. That's our mantra. We don't worry about that. We don't worry about that because we don't invest money we can't afford to lose. It will fix itself. It's always fixed itself. All right. And then 18 grand in my main Roth IRA at Vanguard. So $47,696 invested in retirement. And then I have $2,200 in a brokerage account in M1 Finance, and then $300 each-ish at a couple other little brokerages, totaling out to $2,490 in other investments, $50,186 in investments, and total liquid assets of $103,614. Yay. That's still up a little bit. I estimate my duplex is worth about $300,000, my car's worth about $5,000, and my camper vacation rental, the Ag Wagon, is worth about 20 grand. Were I to try to sell these things, I am not trying to sell any of these things, but we have to get a starting point here to approximate our net worth. This is an approximation. These are imaginary numbers, at least in this section, but that's okay. You gotta have something. So total property assets, $325,000. Total all assets, so retirement, cash savings, and property, $428,614. But it's not a net worth calculator without debts. I have one debt. It is my mortgage, and it is at $224,680. Some of you guys very kindly pointed out that these two numbers I think were the same on the last time, so I didn't accurately update it. I don't know if I was working off of the wrong number or when I logged in it hadn't come yet, but there was a slight difference. So I updated that. Was still in the negative for last month, but that's fine. Thank you for pointing that out. That's very kind. Might have taken me a little longer to figure that out, but went down again. So my only debt is my mortgage, and it is $224,680. And so it went down $460 this month. So my total net worth is $203,934. So we're up $1,289 for the month and up $621 for the year, even though the stock market is dropping, mostly because I made a bunch of extra money. So we'll see how it looks in March. Not a bad month. Love being in the black. Tell me how your February went, and I will see you guys next month. There are some exciting things happening in March already. New puppy, getting a new camper, all sorts of fun. So we'll see how that affects my financial picture. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.